Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for those of you that haven't been here before. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Caitlin. Today's video is going to be me showing you some of my favorite makeup products, just on kind of every high-end, low-end, or low-end, middle-end kind of. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So to start off with, I don't have my primer with me right now. I used it all and I haven't been able to go out and buy it, but I like using, my favorite primer is probably really any of the e.l.f. primers that you can get, just like Target, Rite Aid, any drugstore. Those are probably my favorite. I'm not super picky. I tend to have combination skin, so really any of them work for me, and it just kind of depends on what kind of makeup look I'm going for. That'll help me determine which primer I would like to use. So then moving on from primer, we'll go over my favorite foundations. I have two foundations that I really like. One for when I want a dewy look and one for when I want more of a matte look. So we'll go with my favorite dewy foundation is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in Buff Bisque. It's a glass bottle. It has the kind of like a spatula applicator, and I originally didn't think I would like this. I was kind of like, that's kind of weird, but I personally really like it, and I like being able to wipe it down after I use it if I want. My favorite matte foundation, this is the MAC Studio Fix. This is in shade NW15. This is this one. I've had this one for a while. It's actually time for a new one. So this one's great if I want more of a full coverage. If I'm going out for the evening to like a special event, I tend to go with this one. The other one, the Wet n Wild, is more of an everyday for me personally. If I go into my favorite tinted moisturizer, I love the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Glow Sheer Illuminated Tinted Moisturizer. It's great because like the two foundations that I showed you guys, this also has SPF in it. This is 30. The Wet n Wild, what is this one not? This one actually this one doesn't have SPF in it, the Wet n Wild, so that's good to note. The MAC one I know does. MAC has SPF 15, but then the tinted Neutrogena Healthy Skin Glow Illuminated Tinted Moisturizer, this has SPF 30 in it. I have the shade Fair to Light 20. And I just really like this if my skin's pretty chill, if I just want something light to kind of help me even out my skin tone, then this is my go-to tinted moisturizer. I've been using it I think since I was like 11, and I just kind of keep going back to it. It is one of my favorites. So after the foundations, going into our concealer. This is my favorite concealer and a lot of other people's as well, so it's probably no surprise. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is in shade 115 Warm Light. So that's the shade that I use for my under eye, or if I want to just brighten up my face a little bit. This is my go-to. I use, I believe it's, I think it's the shade darker than this. I don't remember the name of it. I don't have it with me right now. And that's my go-to for spot concealing, just since it's a little deeper, it kind of blends in with my foundation a little bit more. I always set, well, almost always set my concealer, but I don't set the rest of my face. And my go-to lightweight setting powder for my concealer is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is shade number 100. It's the translucent one. So I just have this. I got this somewhat recently. I heard so many people talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I gotta give this a shot. So many people are raving about this. There's gotta be something good about it, and I love it. It works super, super well. It's nice and light. We're going to go to my bronzers. So I have two favorite bronzers. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know a lot of people really like this. This is great because it is also super easy to find at any drugstore really, or Target, Walmart, stuff like that. Super easy. It has a great smell. I mean, it smells like summer. It just smells like summer. I have it in the shade Deep Bronzer. I really like this one. My other favorite one is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Bronzer Talk to the Palm. This is also another great one. I love that this one's, well, they're both in plastic casings. This one has a huge mirror. I like that this one's a little slimmer compared to this one. So this is a little bit easier for travel, takes up less space. They perform similarly. I feel like I do have to build up the butter bronzer a little bit more. The ColourPop one I think has a little bit more immediate payoff, but even that being said, I love both of these. I don't know if I said this, but the ColourPop one, I have it in Talk to the Palm. That's the shade that I have. And from there, we're going to go to our blushes. I have two favorite blushes. I always have a hard time picking which one of these I want to wear just because they're both so great. First, we'll go in. I'll show you guys my ColourPop blush. This is the Enchanted Mirror one. This is part of their Disney Designer collection. So this one's Belle's blush. It is a super pretty pink. It's not too pink. I think it's a really pretty color that I just recently came across ColourPop, and I am falling in love with their brand. I'm actually currently waiting for a couple orders to come in. This is a great blush. Then my second favorite blush would have to be the MAC Mineral Blush. This is in Sweet Enough. I've had this one for probably, I think I got this one for prom, so I've had this one for about a year almost, and this one is fantastic. Only thing is sometimes it's hard for me to open it, but I opened it super easily this time, of course. This one's great as well. They're both super nice. You don't need that much. A lot goes a long way with both of these blushes. From there, I will show you guys some of my favorite highlighters. So then I have just a classic, just more of a silvery kind of highlight that you can build up, and then I also have my favorite actually colored highlighter. I have a purple one. We're gonna go into this is the Maybelline Afterglow highlight. This is in the shade 01 Strobe Light. This is great. I think this would work on a lot of different skin tones as well. It's nice because if you want just a subtle highlight, you can just apply a little bit, but you can build this up and it doesn't look super cakey or heavy. So if those of you who like more of a softer glow, this is great. But then also if you are like myself and you want sometimes to glow and someone to be able to see you from outer space, this is also a really good one. And going on to my purple highlight that I mentioned, that this is the part of the Disney Villains collection from ColourPop. I have Ursula's. This one is titled Poor Unfortunate Souls. This one is, like you can see, it's purple iridescent. It's super pretty. This is in a cardboard casing. This may be my favorite highlight. I really like it, and also doesn't hurt that it's Ursula. It's a Disney villain, so that definitely is nice. But no, the formula for this is really great. It's a hard toss-up for me between the Milani and the ColourPop, but I'm leaning a little bit more towards the ColourPop. We'll jump in to actually a couple of my favorite brushes. So I have two different brands for brushes that I like, and then I have my favorite type of blending sponge. So we'll go with the blending sponge. Let's see, I always forget the name of this. I pull it up on my phone. I got this on Amazon. This is the Aesthetica Cosmetic Beauty Sponge Blender. I just have it in just a classic black one. So you can tell I use this guy a lot. He's super soft. I really like, he's not damp at all right now. He's completely dry, but he's still super soft. Great for blending. This is my all-time favorite blender that I've ever owned. So my favorite brush for bronzer would be actually the Real Techniques. I believe this is their powder brush. This is 201. So I got this one, I believe, off of Amazon as well, and I use this for my bronzer. And it is my favorite brush I've ever had for my bronzer. And then going for my favorite one for when I apply blush is the Real Techniques number 400. This is just their blush brush. Got this one off of Amazon as well. It's just a pretty pink. I love the Real Technique brushes. They're so soft and fluffy, but yet they still are really nice with applying the product and blending it out. This is by far my all-time favorite blush brush I have owned. Going into my favorite highlighter brush. I am not a fan of highlighter brushes. I actually use the Real Techniques number 402. This is actually their setting brush, but I really like using brushes like this for my highlight. They are just my preferred brush shape for applying it. So this is great. I use this for all of my powder highlights. Going in with my favorite foundation brush. Just a classic, kind of what you would expect for a foundation brush. I believe it's Bestope, B-E-S-T-O-P-E. This is great. I believe I got these off of Amazon. And my favorite setting brush for under my eyes and stuff is actually the same brand. This is the shape that I use for that. And those are really my favorite brushes. I'm pretty simple with my brushes. I have a bunch of other ones, my eyeshadow brushes, but I don't really have a favorite brand. I really like e.l.f. for my eyeshadow brushes. And the Real Technique ones are nice as well. I just basically like want eyeshadow brushes that are soft, won't irritate my lids, and I tend to lean towards a lot of blending brushes. I like really fluffy blending brushes. I'm not a huge fan of super thin and fine brushes. So going on, this is the Wet n Wild contour stick. This is the makeup stick. This is in shade, what shade is this in? This is in shade 806, Where's Walnuts. So this is great. This guy broke the lid to it, but you know, it's fine. So if I want to go in with something, make more of a contour day, then I'll use this. But I don't use this that often, but if I do want to use a cream contour, that is the one that I go to. Moving on to my favorite mascaras. So I have two, one that isn't waterproof and one that is waterproof. So my favorite non-waterproof mascara, it's hard for me. I like the e.l.f. 3-in-1, but I'm pretty sure the winner would be the Essence Lash Princess in, I believe this is just black. Let's see. I don't think it says on here. Yeah, so this one, this is what the packaging looks like. Not sure if you can see that. I cannot see the viewfinder. So my favorite waterproof mascara would be probably the e.l.f. Just waterproof length volume mascara. This is, I believe it's just this one. Yeah, it just says black waterproof. Just in the classic e.l.f. packaging. Then going on, we'll go into my favorite eyeliner. So I have two. I have my favorite felt tip black eyeliner, which is the Wet n Wild. This one is great. It's nice and small. It's just a nice pointed, you can get fine lines with this guy. After that, my favorite pencil liner, this is the MAC, the shade's Engraved. It's one of their PowerPoint eye pencils. This is just one of their classic eyeliners. My favorite brow pencil is the MAC Eyebrow Styler. This is in the shade Spiked. Just a nice brown. On one end it has a spoolie, and the other end is the retractable pencil, or whatever you want to call it. I think I have 2 or 3 of these. I constantly am going back to this one. So eyeshadows is one of my favorite part of makeup. It just has always been. I like it because if I don't want to wear a full face of makeup, I can always do something fun with my eyes and give the rest of my face a break. So my favorite cream or liquid eyeshadows, whatever you want to call them, I have 2. So this is the BC or Beauty Concepts Shimmer Eyeshadows. I have 3 shades. Don't believe they say the shade name on here. I don't even remember where I got these. I probably got them at a TJ Maxx or something like that. I honestly don't remember. But I have this like grayish silver, this metallic green, and like this metallic peach kind of rose gold. And the doe foot on these, it's just like a classic chubby doe foot. These are great. I love these. Like, I don't know if, I'll see if you can see the shimmer. So this is the green one. I don't know if you can see it. Has like a shimmer to it. And all of these kind of, these are more like metallic. I really like these. So then my next favorite would be the, these are the ColourPop's Jelly Much eyeshadows. The one that I have here is from their Disney Villains collection, Just Your Voice. And it's this blue, this metallic blue. I learned very quickly with this. It dries fast, so you want to apply this and blend these out quickly, but these are fantastic. I love them. They have a huge variety of colors. Love the formula. These are great. And then we'll go into my regular eyeshadows. So I have 3 favorite eyeshadow palettes. And I'll go from my, I don't want to say least favorite, out of these 3, but the one in 3rd place, I have a lot of other eyeshadow palettes, but I narrowed it down to 3. And the 3rd place is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. This is USP04 or Brights. This is their like neon palette. I got this one for Christmas from one of my friends because I knew I wanted to try out some bright neon colors, and so I went with this one. I really like this palette for those days that I want to I don't know, just play with some fun colors, get a little crazy with my colors. This is my go-to one. The color payoff is great. There is some fallout with this one, so just definitely layer it. Don't pack it on super heavy at first. My recommendation would be to layer with this shadow. In 2nd place would be the Maybelline The Rock Nudes. Another one of my friends actually gave this to me for a Christmas present, and this is the outside of the packaging. Open it. You can probably tell I use specific color a lot. I'm a fan of gray smoky eyes, and so this is like my go-to, one of my go-to colors. Yeah, so this one is more for my grays and blacks and just a little bit more deeper colors. This one is great. Then in 1st place would be ColourPop's Villains Misunderstood palette. Look at this packaging, so cute. I died when I saw the packaging, and then I died again when I saw the colors. These colors are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's like, yes, packaging great, but these colors, wow. Whenever I do an eyeshadow look, I try to pick at least one color that I can use from this palette, just because the formula and the color payoff. Blue one, Jetsam, this green one, which I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, and then the Underworld, this one. These ones are probably my 3 favorite, but this purple, the Forest of Thorns, is really pretty too. Highly recommend this palette, to be honest. This is my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette I have owned. I'm actually waiting for another one of their eyeshadow palettes to come so I can give another palette a shot, because this girl always loves some new eyeshadow. So, moving into kind of our last category, or no, actually this is not our last category. 2nd to last category would be lip products. So, I don't think this step is really necessary, but I do, since I own it, I use it, and I do think that it works. This is the MAC Lip Prep and Prime stick. I got this one, I think, when I made an order. Just white, just a priming lipstick. And I do think it helps my lipstick to last a little bit longer. But like I said, I don't think this is a super necessary step. But I mean, if you like using a lip primer, I do recommend this one, but it is on the pricier side. So then going on to my 2 favorite lip liners, both of these products are MAC. This one, oh gosh, I've had this for so stinking long that I don't even think I can read the shade. Okay, I think the shade is Mahogany. I'm not sure if they have this anymore, but like, it's really small. I believe this was like my mom's, and I liked it so much that it kind of just, I took up residence in my makeup box. So this is a really pretty, like a brownish red color. I really, really like this one. And then the one that I use if I want a little bit more of a lighter shade, this is their lip pencil in the shade Whirl. This one, obviously you can see, is newer because I haven't used it as much, but this one is the one that I use more on a daily basis. So then going into my favorite lipsticks, lip glosses, and and liquid lipsticks. So we'll start off with my favorite lip glosses. I have 2. I'm really dying to try the ColourPop. Is it the Ultra Plumping Lip Gloss? I haven't tried that yet, but I definitely want to give that a shot. So this is the Stay Glossy from Rimmel. I believe that's, I always wonder if I pronounced that correctly. See, what shade is this in? I am so blind, I cannot see. This color is 340 Captivate Me. This one is super pretty. It's a pink gloss. My second favorite lip gloss would be from Victoria's Secret. This is one of their Get Gloss ones. This is Brilliant and Leverous, I believe. And so this is just a super glittery. This one was like kind of a toss-up between this and the ColourPop glosses. Like I have one of the ones from their Villains, which I believe is My Pet, and then another one, the Elsa one, I don't remember the name of. But this one, this also has a brush applicator. I like this one because you don't feel the glitter particles as much on your lips as you do with the ColourPop. But that being said, I do still really like the ColourPop lip glosses. But this one's probably my favorite. Only downside is sometimes when you put the applicator back into the tube, sometimes lipstick will come out of the sides. Only downfall, I'm not entirely sure why it does that. And my favorite liquid lipsticks, I have a matte one and then I have just a regular one. So the regular one is actually part of ColourPop's Disney designer collaboration. This is in the shade Beast. I love these. These are great. They're so short and chubby, and this is just one of my favorite. And then my favorite matte liquid lipsticks. I don't remember the shade in this. This is one of the, sorry, this is their cream lip stain. Rouge something. I don't know. It's kind of worn off. This is the Sephora lip stain. It's a super pretty purple berry kind of shade. I really like this one. I don't get these that much since they are like between $12 and like $16, I think. I do wear, like, a lot of times when I wear this, I'll pair this with my MAC Prep and Prime base, because when this tends to dry completely and you wear it for a few hours, I have the issue of them cracking a lot. And so, and then I can't layer on top of it, because when you layer on top, then it'll flake. Going into my bullet lipsticks, I have three favorites. I have a favorite cream, a favorite matte, and a favorite, I believe it's demi matte. So starting off with the favorite, we'll go with the favorite cream. So this is the Luxe bullet lipsticks from ColourPop. This is in the shade Belle. This is, I like all of their cream bullet lipsticks, but this is probably my favorite shade. This is also part of the Disney designer collection with ColourPop. And then going to my favorite demi matte lipstick, this is the CoverGirl demi matte. This one specifically is in shade 465 Feelings, but I really like any of their shades. This is a very purple. And then my favorite matte. This is just an overall matte lipstick. This is part of the another Disney collaboration with ColourPop. This is one of their Villains one. This is the Evil Queen. This is a dark red. Love this one. I wear this one on a regular basis. I originally wasn't a fan of red, and then I purchased this lipstick, and that all changed. So last category is the setting sprays. I have two of my favorite setting sprays. I have a third one. Okay, I have three. One of them I don't have with me right now. I'll go in third place, second place, and first place like I did with the eyeshadow palettes. So in third place would probably be the NYX Professional Makeup Dewy Finish. This one is super great and readily available. This is at so many locations. The spray is like super soft, great spray. Then in second place would probably be the Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray. I believe I got this one at Target for like between $9 and $12. I don't remember. This is the spray for this one. This spray is a little more concentrated, so when I use this one, I make sure to hold it out. But this one is a little bit more expensive, holds more product, has a really nice smell to it, very subtle fragrance, but it does have a pretty concentrated spray, so just keep that in mind. And my favorite one I don't have with me right now, but it's the MAC Fix Plus. I mean, who doesn't love that setting spray? I believe it's $28 for the full size, or it's either, I think it's 26. It's either 26 or 28 for the full size, and then I think it's 16 or 18. I think it's 18 for the smaller size. I think the smaller size is like 1 point something ounces, and the bigger one's like 3 point something. So that's probably my first place, the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. So I believe that is all of my favorite makeup products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!